Hey everybody, it's Christopher Small, and I'm the owner of CMS Law Firm, and this is Building My $10 Million Law Firm. Today is August 16th, 2023, and I'm trying to fit this in before I go watch my boys play one of their last baseball games of the summer, but here we go. Today was a pretty good day. I did some things working on the business, so I was just thinking about what I was going to talk about today. I think what it ends up being for me is I see things, I'm constantly refining. So I've already sort of built my systems out. I built a lot of the things out that we need. Now I am refining them. So for example, I had a bunch of people for some reason want to come into the office to sign up, which means I have to print my fee agreements out. Normally I send them via this software called Panda Doc. It's just great. But when they want to come in, I have to print them out. When I print these fee agreements out, they look terrible. And part of the reason they look terrible is just because they're not formatted very well, and they're not formatted very well even online. So I went through and quickly reformatted one that I was working on today, two that I was working on today, and continued to move on. Those things, they don't add up. That's part of the reason why I wanted to create this podcast, this vlog or whatever, is to be able to capture those moments and talk to you about them. Constantly just refining tiny little things, fixing things as they pop up. The goal is when you have a problem, you don't want to have the problem again. So if you take that mindset, if you build as you go, then things tend to work out and you tend to build faster. But you have to be intentional about building the system. If you're not, then it's just going to be pandemonium. Okay? So that was one of the things that I did today. The other, I honestly forgot what I was going to talk about. So I'm going to pause this real quick. But Nino, keep this in, okay? This is what we do sometimes. When you forget what you're going to talk about, you don't actually, normally I wouldn't pause it. I would talk through it kind of like I am now. But the key is when you're creating content to be authentic. And I had a great thing that I was going to talk about, but my mind is spinning and I can't remember. So I'm literally going to pause it and then we're going to come back. But Nino, don't cut this out. Bam, and I remember. So one of the other things that I did today, I think is also an important lesson. So Nino, who is my video editor, also creates thumbnails for these videos, and I'm having him create thumbnails for my law firm videos as well. And he submitted a thumbnail to me, and I wasn't pleased with it. I wasn't mad at him. It wasn't good enough. And so we engaged in this discussion where I was trying to get him to look at this thumbnail in a way that gets the things that we want. What do we want? We want somebody to know immediately what this video is about. We want people to be intrigued, potentially, by what this video is about. We want it to speak to something that they know they are interested in. We want all of those things. We also want it to be kind of entertaining, clean, interesting. And even when looked through from that lens, there are adjustments needed to be made. Can this look better? Or we're missing punctuation, right? So as you are building your stuff, as you are building your things, make sure that you are thinking about how people are going to receive what you are giving them and do your best to give them your best, right? For me, I don't have a lot of B-roll for these videos, right? We don't do a lot of jump cuts. We don't do a lot of action because I want to just give you straight talk. I just want this to be entertaining and educational just from what I'm talking about. I don't want you to come here to be razzle-dazzled, right? I just want you to enjoy this content and learn something from it. So when you're creating your own content, when you're putting your own stuff out there, whether it's documents, whether it's, whatever, then think about how people are receiving it. Think about how you want them to receive it. And think about the message that you want to give them. Think about the action that you want them to take. And then design your things around that. Nino said, hey, I'm going to make something that, first of all, he did this. He said, I'll look around at what other lawyers, law firm owners are doing with their thumbnails. Nope. We don't want to do what other lawyers are doing with their thumbnails. You know why? Because they're terrible. They are terrible. Unless you find a law firm that is crushing it, getting good metrics and you're seeing what you want to see from them, then you may look at what they're doing. But otherwise, you want to look outside of the law. You want to look at other service-based businesses that are doing well. You also just want to look at the big players. Mr. Beast, for example, I told him, go look at Mr. Beast. See what his thumbnails look like. Like, why are they intriguing? Why do you think they designed it that way? Ask yourself that. And then try to fold in some of those lessons into what we're doing. Okay, so there is methodology to all of this madness. You just have to think about it, and you have to work on it, and you have to be intentional. Okay, so do that. All right, that is it. All right, I'm gonna end this with a call to action. Right? If you want to get on my newsletter, lawfirmlaunch.co/newsletter. It's free. Every week I send you something, and I'm really just trying to build a big network of attorneys. So get on the newsletter. I think there's about 1,500 right now, maybe. But every once in a while, I try to sell you something, but very, very rarely. Most of the time, I'm just giving you good information, sharing some other nuggets that are better done in the written word, sharing videos and things from other people that I like, and I don't know, it's free. Okay. Otherwise, if you're watching this and there's someplace you can subscribe, you can comment, you can like, do those things. Tell me if you like this. Okay. I love feedback, so give it to me. All right. Otherwise, that's it. I'm Christopher Small. This is building my $10 million law firm. Have a great day. Peace.